Hello and welcome to the Ladies European Tour, and after the dust settled at the Evian in France, it's on to Tenerife, the largest of the 7 Canary Islands. Tenerife is well known as a popular tourist destination, but as well as the sun, the sea and the sand, it has 9 golf courses too, and it's one of the most dramatic Costa Adeje that plays host to the Spanish Open for the first time in the tournament's history. Easy on the eye, but an extremely demanding test, especially in the wind, for the international field assembled this weekend. South African Stacey Lee Bregman was one of the standout players on Thursday as she produced some magical golf such as this to shoot a 5 under 67 in the Spanish sun on day 1, but it was recent Scottish Open winner Trish Johnson who set the early target with a 7 under 65 to lead by 1. One of 3 Solheim Cup players in the field, Charlie Hull, made a move on Friday. She moved to 5 under. How about this for a quality putt? And her Solheim Cup teammate, Carlotta Seganda, started firing 2 on Friday. This approach on the 18th helped her to an eagle. Hold a wonderful putt a few moments later, and she also ended the day on 5 under. But it was Russian surprise package Maria Balaklava who stole the show, a 69 to add to her 68 from Thursday, which earned her the lead at the halfway stage. There she is, Maria Balaklava, with a 1-shot lead on Friday nights, but some real quality breathing down her neck. Walker, Bolden, Connie Chen, Seganda, Hull and Trish Johnson not too far away, lurking as we went into Saturday morning. Hello and a very warm welcome to Southwest Tenerife on another beautiful day at Costa Adeje. Lee Goodall alongside Charlie Douglas for the next 3 hours or so on a much calmer day in this part of the world. Very, very strong winds coming off the Atlantic on days 1 and 2, Thursday and Friday, which made for some tough conditions for the players out on the course, but much better scoring conditions today. And once more, it's nice and warm out there, around 26, 27 degrees. Beautiful stuff. Charlie Douglas, pretty good conditions, a bit of cloud off to the distance over the hills, and some big names lurking on the leaderboards. Would you expect some low scores today?
Yeah, I think so. As you say, it's perfect conditions out there for the girls today, and I think we'll be seeing that leaderboard changing throughout the afternoon.
Yeah, the one surprise over the first couple of days was the disappearance of Azahara Munoz, world number 16, highest ranked player in the field. Had a rough couple of days, but she's starting to play some better golf today. These are the scenes we're enjoying. One of the most stunning golf courses on the Ladies European Tour, no doubt about that. And the leaders went out around a couple of hours ago. So let's start the show by just bringing you up to speed and enjoying some of the early highlights. Carlotta Seganda, of course, playing on home soil. Isn't often she plays in Spain. Plays a lot of her golf in the States. This was her 2nd shot on the 2nd, so a rough start for the Spaniard, but a good putt for bogey. Limited the damage, the Spaniard. Here she is on the 3rd. Wayward tee shot, but walks off the green with a birdie. So a little bit of an up and down start for Carlotta. Her Solheim teammate Charlie Hull, winner on the tour this year, of course, back in Morocco, looking for a 2nd title. Birdie putt on the 1st, par 5 first. Been one of the toughest holes on the course over the first couple of days, but made it look easy. And here she is on the par 3 2nd. The Englishwoman's tee shot. Fabulous tee shot for Hull. And that led to another birdie. So the teenager started birdie. So Hull making a move early on Saturday. Over onto the 3rd. Par 5 3rd. This was her tee shot. Not quite sure where that ended up. There's another green through there, the characteristic black sand of this area, volcanic island, of course, but somehow managed to make par, so another good result for Hull. So she's certainly enjoying her Saturday so far. Now, what of Kylie Walker? 2-time Ladies European Tour winner already this season, and there's something special happening in the Scots game this year because she seems to be able to produce the goods every week. That was her 3rd up to the 1st birdie putt, and in it goes. It's a good result on the 1st. Very long par 5, this 1st at Adeje. And one of the surprise packages of the week, Connie Chen. She's just behind that group of caddies. And she too enjoyed a birdie on the first hole. Really came from nowhere on Friday, Connie Chen, particularly towards the end of the day in some tricky conditions. Was joint leader on 7 under with 6 to play yesterday. Dropped a shot coming in, so ended the day on 6 under for the tournament. But she's playing well. That was a third shot on the third, and that was the birdie putt. So another birdie on the card for Connie Chen. What of Maria Balaklava, the overnight leader, of course, from Moscow. Spends a lot of her time in Turkey playing in these kinds of conditions. This was a third up to the par 5 first, and she went on to make par. Poor tee shot on the second. This was her second delicately played chip, and that left her with a tap in for par. So a solid start for Balaklava, but sadly for the Russian, she started to move backwards. Let's catch up with exactly what's happening out on the course at the moment. Around a couple of hours since the final group went out on this Adeje course. As we can see, still some decent conditions. The wind hasn't really picked up. We're expecting it perhaps to get a little bit stronger as the afternoon went on, but good news for the players is it's much kinder out there today. This is the leaderboard as it stands then. Connie Chen, Charlie Hull in a tie for the lead on 8 under. Back in third, Amy Bolden, the young Welshwoman, having such a good season, second in the rookie standings. Couple shots off the lead on 6 under, and then in a tie for fourth, Siganda and Walker. Siganda was 4 under a moment ago, so must have birdied the 8th. She's starting to move up the leaderboard as well. Of course, Kylie Walker knows all about winning tournaments. And then a little further down, Brock Larson having another good week. Celine Herban is having a fabulous round today. She shot up the leaderboard. Christine Wolf, who we saw a lot of in Sweden a couple of weeks ago. And Trish Johnson still not too far away. And there's Balaklava, the overnight leader. She's lost some ground, but still not too far away. If you had to pick a winner now, Charlie Douglas, is it looking like Charlie Hull? Is she the name that stands out from that leaderboard?
I think so, yeah. You know, Charlie's proven time and time again that she has got the skill to go and win these tournaments. And obviously when she first came out on tour, she had those 5 runner-up finishes in a row. But following that win in Morocco this year, I think she's full of confidence.
Kylie Walker. Now, what of Amy Bolden? You know a fair amount about this young lady, Charlie. She's been one of the youngsters to keep an eye on for a while, hasn't she? But playing her first full year on the Ladies European Tour, we've seen a lot of what she's capable of this season already. Seems to be able to get up there week in, week out, isn't she?
Yeah, she's had 2 top 10s already this year. Started her final round in Sweden really strongly. Unfortunately fell away at the end, but she's definitely got the game to contend for these tournaments. And once again this week, she's proving that she's in fine form.
Yeah, I think sometimes with the youngsters, we've seen it before, haven't we? The likes of Caroline Masson springs to mind, the German who took a while to win. You get close a few times, you finally get a trophy in your hands, and then everything seems a little more straightforward after that.
Yeah, it takes a while to adjust to tour life as well, you know, off the course. And as you say, if you're at a young age, that can be especially difficult.
Connie Chen, joint leader, just 21 years of age, from South Africa. Chinese parents, but was born in South Africa, so has grown up there playing golf.
Yeah, Connie hasn't really been in a leading position before, but she's certainly handling it well at the moment.
No, I was just thinking that's pretty much uncharted territories for Connie Chen. Only 1 top 10 on the Ladies European Tour so far, so we'll keep a close eye on her, see how she copes with the players around her on Saturday afternoon. Of course, very different scenario for Siganda. She's a proven winner on the LET. It's going to trundle down the slope towards the front of the green.
Yeah, that shot was probably less than a yard away from being all over the flag. These greens can be treacherous.
Stunning golf course here at Adeje. The contrasting colours, the greens of the golf course, the black volcanic rock of Tenerife, The black sand which skirts some of the fairways. And of course the Atlantic in the distance. We'll get a view of that from time to time. Beautiful place to come and play professional golf, I would imagine. Hull on the 9th.
Just carried that one a little too far. I was looking for some backspin. Be a tricky shot left for Charlie now.
Third on the Order of Merits this year, Charlie Hull, the ISPS Handa Order of Merits. Behind Suzanne Pedersen and Shan Feng. He's having another great year, the youngster. Now Celine Urban. We haven't seen too much of the Frenchwoman over the opening couple of days, but she's come to life today. 73 on the opening day, Thursday. 70 yesterday. And putting together a wonderful round. Climbing the leaderboard. They're a strong set of players, the French, aren't they? There's always one of the French contingency not too far off the leaderboard, it seems. Women's golf in good health over in France. Of course, not too far away from the French Open, a couple of weeks' time, down in the southwest. Saint-Jean-de-Luz. Another beautiful place to play golf.
Very delicate chip from Amy, but gathers pace. As you can see, these greens are in perfect condition, but they are fast.
Now, Kylie Walker, putt for eagle. This would give her a nice boost. Putt slips past, but it will be a birdie on the card. That's a good response to bogeys on 4 and 5 for the Scot. Talked to her a little bit in Scotland. We were at Archerfield Links not too long ago, should I say. I was talking about what's clicked this year for her. She says it's just down to hard work, simple as that. Sometimes you put the work in season after season after season, don't you? And sometimes out of nowhere, everything clicks together. That seems to be the case with Kylie. Of course, that breeds confidence. Confidence is such a big part of the sport.
Yeah, I think that's always the last thing to come as well. Obviously, you always have belief in yourself anyway, but after that first trophy, I think she reached a new level of self-confidence, and she's reaping the rewards of that now. Charlie trying to be too cute with that one, I think.
Yeah, but disappointed with that outcome. She'll have that for par when we jump back to the 9th green. Now Nicole Brock-Larsen, 4 under par for the tournament. Chance to move to 5 under, and it drops.
Yeah, rookie on the LET this year. Having played on the Ladies European Tour Access Series.
Pushes her up to a tie for 6th. Carlott has been talking about how much she's enjoying playing here in Tenerife. As you can see, the centre of attention. Has friends and family here in Tenerife to lend her a bit of support out on the fairways, enjoying some good food in the evening, relaxing times, all helps. Tricky birdie putt up the slope on the 9th green.
Yeah, always very difficult to judge the pace here. Not a bad effort.
It's been a bit up and down for Carlotta. Bogeyed the 2nd, birdied the 3rd, and then a birdie on the 8th. So she'll be hoping that birdie on 8 begins a bit of a run of form for her. Bolden for par, stays on 6 under. Back to the 9th green. This front 9 of this Adeje course certainly playing tougher than the back 9 over the first couple of days. Handful of the holes run alongside the Atlantic, and the wind was howling off the ocean. Quite unusual layout here too, 6 par 3s on this course, 6 par 4s and 6 par 5s.
This would see her pulling away from Charlie Hull at the top of the board, but she's never getting there.
Now, we enjoyed watching the golf of Christine Wolff from Austria at the Helsingborg Open a couple of weeks ago. Had a great week there. Fell away a little bit towards the end of the weekend, but look at this, 4 under. She's back for more. Likes the TV cameras.
Yeah, she's really enjoying her golf at the moment. Playing some nice stuff.
Had Steffi Kirkmeyer on the bag, did she, in Sweden. Seemed to be having a good time. Looked really relaxed out on the course, not phased at all by being towards the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, that's almost half the battle. Keeping your mind into your golf.
Onto the 9th tee, Bolden, 329 yards. Up the hill, back towards the clubhouse here at Adeje.
Just about perfect placement there from Amy.
Now we saw the little dink from Hull, which wasn't quite what she was looking for. Here's her putt for par. This to stay in the share of the lead. No, she's missed it.
I just wonder whether the grass is maybe a little longer on the top of this tier here. She didn't really give that putt enough, and we saw Connie Chen as well did the same. Fooling the players at the moment.
First blocked on Hull's copybook this afternoon. It was 3 under for her round before playing the 9th. Birdies on the 1st, the 2nd, the 7th, so that'll just peg her back to 7 under, providing Chan leaves that green with a par. She will be the outright leader, the young South African. Urban on 12.
Yeah, she's on a roll now.
Oh, come on. Making it look easy now, the French woman. What's that? 4 birdies in the last 5 holes. 6 in the last 7 holes. 3 in a row. Saganda tidies up. World number 67, Carlota Saganda, the 3rd highest ranked player in the field. We talked a little bit about Azahara Munoz, the highest ranked player in the field. World number 16, Charlie Hull, world number 30 these days. So those were the big 3 at the start of the week. The Solheim 3, as we were referring to them. Of course, only a year to go now to Solheim in Germany.
Yeah, exciting times for ladies European golf. The standard is just so high now. Yeah, I was at the 1 year to go exhibition the other day, which featured the likes of Kaima and Caroline Headwell, Paula Creamer. Just get the sense, attention starting to turn towards Solheim. That year to go counter is starting to tick over. Laura Davies talking about wanting to play Solheim next year again. Saganda, Hull, Munoz, key members of the victorious European team that beat the Americans in Colorado last year. The Germans very excited about staging the Solheim Cup in 12 months' time. San Leon Rot course down near Frankfurt. Heidelberg, if you know that part of the world. On to the 10th, par 3, down the hill towards the Atlantic Ocean. Quite an accessible pin today. 13 paces on and 10 from the right, so be seeing some attacking shots today. And that's a very good shot from Carlotta Siganda. As you say, she's really struggled out there today, but she's certainly not out of this. Only 2 shots back. Don't think we can write her off. Amy Bolden's second shot here onto the 9th.
2 off the lead.
What a shot that was.
Yeah, playing some great golf this week. Looking every inch the young professional. Behind Sally Watson on the rookie leaderboard, but over the last couple of tournaments, slowly reeling in Watson. I'm sure Amy will keep one eye on that leaderboard as the season continues. Always nice to be named Rookie of the Year. Connie Chen on the 10th, pulled that left by the looks of things.
Yeah, definitely not Connie's finest shot. Just perhaps starting to feel the nerves of being at the top of the leaderboard now.
If there's anything, it's slightly off the left, but it's put on the straight.
The 10th tee off in the distance. A few dark clouds over those mountains just behind this golf course, but no sign of any wet weather. In fact, I was told the other day it hasn't rained on this course since February, which is an incredible piece of information if you come from England. Can't quite get my head around that.
No, we're certainly not used to that, are we?
They rustled their back.
So midway through the 3rd round at the 2014 Ladies Spanish Open on the holiday island of Tenerife. This is how the leaderboard looks. Connie Chen, the surprise package from South Africa, out in front by a shot from Charlie Hull in second, and a big group just behind those 2 players in a tie for 3rd. Carlotta Siganda still sticking around. Started to move backwards on the leaderboard, but I think it was Hull and Siganda that we picked out at the start of the day. Those are the big 2 that we expected to make a move during Saturday afternoon. Of course, we saw Walker withdraw from the Swedish Open, didn't we, Charlie, with that injury midway through the... Well, she picked it up midway through the 3rd round, didn't she? And then quit, I think, after 6 holes, if memory serves, of the 4th round, but good to see her back to full health.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we saw her receiving some physio treatment during that 3rd round. Thought she was going to be okay to complete the tournament, but unfortunately she wasn't. Seems to be doing okay now, though.
It's the final group. Bella Cueva from Moscow. Have another look at the approach to the 9th green. Almost hold that second shot, didn't she? Not too far away.
Yeah, very nearly a slam dunk.
Spends time when she's not at tournaments at the Robert Rock Academy, Amy Bolden.
Just working hard on the line of this putt there with her caddy.
Just outside left.
As you could hear her say, this one's going to be breaking from left to right. Very fast greens we have this week.
Yeah, it's a big putt for Bolden as well. If she holds this, she'll move into a tie for 2nd with Charlie Hull.
Just didn't give it a firm enough stroke on that line. Sometimes you get the line right, but you don't quite give it the pace needed to hit it on that line. Sometimes if you're going to be a bit more delicate, you need to aim higher, allow for a bit more break.
Now, Connie Chen on the 10th. We saw that tee shot. Back on the 10th green. With the Charlie Hull, Carlota Saganda, Connie Chen group.
Yeah, I don't think Connie quite expected that much spin from the rough.
In the meantime, let's move further up the course. The 13th, par 5, Brock Larson. Oh, it's unlucky.
Yeah, those ones are painful.
Still putting together another good round of golf. The Dane, she'll be there or thereabouts on Saturday night. Kylie Walker. And on to 7 under. Share of second now for the Scot alongside Charlie Hull. And speaking of Charlie Hull, let's get back to the 10th green.
Yeah, Charlie be looking to use the loft on this wedge here to get the ball to stop. She's coming from the long rough. As you can see, it's quite grabby. Done a good job there. Very difficult grass around these greens. Saganda will have this effort here for a birdie. Following that great shot from the tee. Very quick downhill putt. Just needed one more roll.
Yeah, frustrating. Another of those frustrating putts, but par on the card.
Looks dejected, doesn't she?
Now Celine Herban putting together one of the rounds of the day. 5 under at the moment for her third round. Solid round from Chen so far as well. No bogeys on the card so far today. Birdied the first and the third.
You've got this tricky putt here to save her par.
Yeah, this would be a good result if this drops.
Just hasn't hit it, I don't think.
So drop shot for Connie Chen, which means 3 players in a share of the lead as it stands. Connie Chen, Charlie Hull and Kylie Walker all on 7 under par. It's tight.
It's very tight.
Yeah. It's been a bit like that all week so far. There's no one who's really sprinted out in front. Perhaps down to the weather conditions have made it hard going. Hard going to put a couple of decent rounds together as well, I think. It's been the difficult element for the ladies. Good putt from Charlie.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting, you know, the rest of today's round and tomorrow. I would say anyone in the top 15 can really go and win this thing.
Yeah, I was just wondering how Asa Munoz would play today. She wasn't too far away at the start of the day. She birdied the first, kept one eye on her, but hasn't really got going today. Again, 2 under for the tournament. Munoz down in a tie for 15th at the moment, so off the leaderboard, but only 5 shots back. A player of her quality, we shouldn't rule her out. She has a strong finish to her third round. We might see a little bit more of her tomorrow.
Yeah, we've seen many times she's got the ability to go and shoot a low 60s round. So if she can just get in, perhaps get to 3 under for the tournament at the end of play today, who knows for tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Having such a good year Munoz as well over in the States, 10th on the LPGA money list, just over 850,000 in the bank this year.
That's not too bad, is it?
It's tidy, that, isn't it? I'd sign for that any day.
Good shot from Kylie Walker, but just creeping up onto that top tier. Be a very tricky putt she's left herself.
On to the 11th, par 5, Carlota Ciganda, 6 under. Just
Great.
one shot off the lead. Not too many parts of the world you see black bunkers, is it? But one of the characteristics of playing on this volcanic island. You've played in Tenerife, Charlie. You enjoy it?
Yes, very nice. I played at Las Americas, and the condition of the courses on this island are just fantastic. No, it's an event that the girls can't wait to get to.
Such a nice part of the world to come to, isn't it, this time of the year, particularly if you're from Northern Europe, where it's starting to get a little bit grotty, the weather, back home. So nice to open the curtains and see a blue sky every morning.
Yeah, you don't open them and sort of cringe as you look out the window. What on earth am I going to be wearing today? You just know it's shorts and t-shirt weather.
And when you play an outdoor sport, weather's key, isn't it?
It is.
Nicer day at the office if the sun's shining.
Not always.
Dark clouds over the hills, the mountains off to the right.
Yeah, I was talking to one of the locals. Apparently the clouds come by almost every day, but they never result in any rain or anything like that, so hopefully they're just lingering.
Bolden's turn on the 10th tee.
Looking to shape this one from right to left. That could be very good.
Just about perfect for Bolden.
Almost can't believe it stopped there.
Hole, Chen and Ciganda. All three relatively high up the leaderboard. Chen and Hull, of course, in a share of the lead with Kylie Walker at the moment. And you can't see Carlota on that mini leaderboard, but she too is 6 under par, so just a shot off the lead now.
I've been really impressed with Connie Chen so far today. As we said earlier, she's not been in this position before, playing with 2 Solheim Cup stars. The locals out watching, obviously because of the Spanish connection with Carlota, and she's handling it very well.
Yeah, maybe got the right personality to deal with it, Connie. One of the quieter members of the Ladies European Tour, just goes about her business. Might be the key to success this afternoon. Now, Christine Wolff on the 13th green. Good putt for par for the Austrian, stays 4 under.
Some spectators enjoying the golf out there today and catching some rays at the same time.
Yeah,
Can't
got to go over headgear out there today. I was out on the course this morning. It's hot in the sun, particularly because the wind's dropped today. It's really warm out there if you're in the sunshine. Balaklava, like Chen, in uncharted territories this time yesterday. He's never won a Ladies European Tour event. Was at the top of the leaderboard on Friday night.
And Charlie not hanging back with that one.
Do you think I can do like 100 meters with that?
Should be okay. Maybe some trees down there.
Looked a bit tired in Sweden, didn't you? Charlie Hull opted to play the Helsingborg Open just before Evian. Done a lot of travelling backwards and forwards from Europe to the US. Was suffering from jet lag that week, I think. Talking to her dad, Dave, in one of the tournament transport buses, one of the early in the morning. But looking a lot fresher and playing a lot better for it. It's a tough life on tour, isn't it? Travelling around a lot. Catch up with you.
It is, yeah. Rest is almost as important as practice. And as we know, Charlie just wants to play golf. She's not interested in doing anything other than playing golf, and sometimes I think she just needs reining in a little bit.
Yeah, that's the difficulty, isn't it? Particularly when you're relatively inexperienced at the start of your career, to choose the right weeks to take off, recharge the batteries, get back home, maybe take your mind away from the golf course as well, not just physically but mentally, so you come back a little bit fresher.
Yeah, your mind might feel like it's okay to go and play golf, but the body needs a rest.
Walker's putt for birdie, so she'll have that for par to stay in a share of the lead. Now, one of the black volcanic bunkers we were referring to.
Yeah, the good thing about this bunker is quite flat, so Carlotta doesn't really have to worry too much about the lip.
Felix, ich sehe da gar nichts.
Looks like she's middle of the fairway.
Das ist das alleine machen, verarbeiten.
No, she had a cracking tee shot, Amy Bolden. The cup just obscured by Kylie Walker. Oh, that's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, she's had a few like that today.
Almost made birdie on 9. Another one escapes on 10. But if she keeps putting herself in those kind of positions, giving herself the chances, then can only be good times for Amy Bolden.
Yeah, they'll drop eventually. Marion Ricordo, not a member of this group.
No, Carlotta Saganda might be wondering what she's doing on her fairway.
Taking the scenic route.
Yeah, a bit of an adventure for the Frenchwoman. Walker in for par. Stays in a share of the lead. Difficult to tell what's going on behind those shades, isn't it?
Yeah, poker face.
60th on the LPGA money list, Saganda, this year, 24 years of age, from the north of Spain, Pamplona. 2014 best of tied for 13 at Wegmans. Missed the cut at Evian coming into this tournament. Hasn't won a title for a while. Taking her time with this third shot on the 11th.
Yeah, just to reference Carlotta's bunker shot, some of you might have noticed that she grounded her club. That's because all areas of the black volcanic soil that you see around the course are treated as waste areas and not as bunkers, so she is allowed to ground her club. As you can see there at the front of the shot, that's a normal sanded bunker, but the black bunkers, the players are allowed to ground their club.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of that black sand around the course as well, skirting left and right of a fair few of the fairways. So Sigander's third, up onto the 11th green.
Pin tucked away on that left-hand side today. What's commonly known as a sucker pin position. Not going to sucker Carlotta though. Connie Chen well placed for her third shot here into the 11th.
Playing alongside Sigander, of course, so same hole.
That white triangle sprayed on the fairway there marks 70 yards. So she's got just under 80 yards to the flag today.
First drop shot of the day for Chen on the 10th, so looking to bounce back.
Never really challenged the pin with that one, and she was in the perfect place to do so. Disappointed with that effort.
Plenty happening around this Adeje course this afternoon. Got to keep an eye all over this place this afternoon because Nicole Brock-Larsen has just birdied the 14th. That's 4 birdies in the last 5 holes for the Dane, and look what that means. She's up in a tie of the lead now alongside Connie Chen, Charlie Hull and Kylie Walker. All 4 players on 7 under. Wonderful round of golf Nicole Brock-Larsen's putting together. She's 6 under for a round at the moment. Started the fireworks on the second, birdied the second and the third. Bogeyed the fourth, but hit back with a birdie on 5. Another on the 8th, but what a back 9 she's putting together. 4 under for her last 5 holes. Certainly one of the names we weren't expecting to sprint to the top of the leaderboard earlier on today. A few surprise names up there so far this week. Makes for an interesting weekend, no doubt about that. Back to one of the more recognisable faces on the Ladies European Tour, Charlie Hull.
Here we saw her aggressive play from the fairway for her second shot and left herself that delicate little chip. Sometimes it's not always best to get as close as you possibly can. It can be a bit tricky, and Charlie showing that that's the case here. Very difficult to know how the ball's going to react from the rough round this course. Very grabby texture. Lots of work going into reading these greens. Very subtle breaks.
Could turn into an important week for Connie Chen, down in 69th on the ISPS Hander Ladies European Tour Order of Merit coming into this week, so give her a nice boost if she finished strongly this weekend. I'm sure she'll have one eye on retaining her card for next season.
Yeah, top 80 retain their playing rights for next year, so a good week here would really help her case.
She'll have that for par. Still in a share of the lead despite that bogey on the 10th.
apoyar, es que te puedes apoyar fácilmente. Bueno, no un metro, pero sí puedes estar aquí. Al final vamos de
Sikander officially a two-time winner on the Ladies European Tour, 2012 in the Netherlands and China. She won the Order of Merit that year, just pipped Caroline Masson to the title. Went down to the wire in Dubai that year, the Dubai Masters. She also won the tournament in Germany, 2013, in a rain-soaked playoff with Charlie Hull, but it's down as a non-official title, that one, because the weather was so foul. They reduced that tournament to, I think it was 36 holes from memory.
Yeah, I think you're right, but they were sort of playing a cross-country golf course, and I think a couple of holes had to play twice, and very, very difficult for the tour and for the promoter.
Yeah, we started with one lake on the 18th and finished with two on the Sunday.
Yeah, not quite what you want when you've got a big tournament.
They're both the same size on Sunday afternoon as well. The ducks liked it.
Swimming across the greens.
In fact, it was an interesting playoff there, because I remember it was a good indication of Sikander's professionalism. She sussed out asked a caddy to go to the hole that would act as the playoff hole. I can't remember which one it was on the course, but he sussed it out, said it's a 7-iron. She went off to the range, practiced 7-iron after 7-iron after 7-iron, came out in the rain, put one close, hold the putt, and lifted the trophy. It was a good indication of professional approach from a youngster to a difficult situation, because it was absolutely hosing down that day for that playoff, pouring with rain.
Yeah, it was just falling out of the sky. Par for Charlie Hull. Nicole Brock-Larsen. Got Malena Jorgensen on the bag today.
Yeah, a familiar face. We've seen a little bit of that lately, haven't we? Steffi Kirkmeyer caddying for Christine Wolf in Sweden. I believe Stacey Lee Bregman was on the bag for Vicky Campbell at Evian, I believe.
Yeah, it's nice to see that, you know, the girls are playing against each other week in, week out, but first and foremost, they're friends, and if you don't happen to make the cut, it's nice to just pick up the bag and try and help your friend finish the tournament strongly.
Also named Player of the Year, Sikander, in 2012. That year she won the Order of Merit.
Can she get another one?
15th for birdie, Brock-Larsen.
Just didn't hit that one up the hill.
Needs to hold this to stay and share the lead.
Tricky putts when you're going through your own shadow.
Condition seems to be still staying relatively kind to the players. Midway through Saturday afternoon, we thought the wind might pick up. Tends to pick up between around 1 and 3 in the afternoon in this part of the world. That's when it got really ugly, particularly on Thursday, but much friendlier out there on the Adeje course today in Tenerife. First time this course has hosted the Spanish Open. It has hosted the Tenerife Open, which used to be part of the Ladies European Tour. Spanish Open tends to jump around all over the place. It was held in Madrid last year. Leanne Pace was the winner on that occasion, started the week as defending champion. You mentioned you played in Las Americas, Charlie. That was the year Stacey Keating was left the trophy on that occasion.
She certainly did, yeah.
That was 2012, was it? And then 2011, Mel Reid won over in Marbella, back on the mainland.
Yeah, that was a very hilly golf course.
La Quinta, the one Mel.
Yeah.
She just pipped Beth Allen to the post on that occasion, didn't she? If her memory serves, good friends.
Yeah, that was a true test of fitness that week, as much as it was golfing ability. Didn't envy the caddies lugging the big tall bags around the place.
Now on to the 12th, par 4, 351 yards. Connie Chen, joint leader. Pretty much dead straight, the green off in the distance.
Works very hard on her swing, Connie. Can often be seen standing at the end of the driving range with a camera and working on some different swing moves. Working well so far this week.
Let's go back to the 15th green. Brock Larson to stay on 7 under. She does. Nice little fist pump. And back to 12, Charlie Hull. Most of the ladies getting pretty close with their tee shots on this shortish par 4 downhill.
Yeah, Charlie just going with a 3-wood. Taking the risk out of the way. Still carried that one about 250 yards though.
Now, a hole further back on the 11th, the final group out on the course this afternoon, round 3 at the Spanish Open.
Yeah, no one really attacking that pin today.
Let's head over to Trish Johnson, the leader after the first round. Of course, she won in Scotland, became the oldest winner on the Ladies European Tour at the age of 48. Starting to play some fine golf against Trish. Just struggled yesterday, Johnson, in the wind, but after that 65 on the opening day, around a 76 yesterday, but 1 under today, so getting a tournament back on track. 3 off the lead.
Yeah, just steadying the ship a little bit today. Just a wedge here for Amy Bolden. That's one of the best shots we've seen into this green today.
Yeah, another great shot from Amy.
So she'll have that putt there for her par.
And she'll be relatively pleased to walk away with a par from this hole.
Delicate chip over these bunkers. Almost landing this one on a 6pence. You could see there she just pitched it right on the front where all that sand is from where players have been hitting from that front bunker. Just grabbed it.
Hello, Connie Chen. What are you doing behind that white tent? Oh dear. Not surprisingly, an official on his way.
Yeah, this will be a free drop.
I'll come back to Connie Chen in a moment. Let's jump over to 16. Brock Larson, joint leader. Par 3, the 16th. 168 yards. elevated tee. You can just see the terracing, which is a feature of this course, just off to the left there. Constructed on ancient agricultural lands. Banana plantations, Charlie Douglas was telling me earlier. Nice research there, Charlie.
Thank you. Yeah, all the wall stones that you see around the course were used to surround all of the former banana plantations, so they've been restored. They're out integral parts of the golf course now.
It's a beautiful looking course, isn't it? We were chatting off air yesterday, just trying to decide whether this is the most stunning on the Ladies European Tour. We can't think of too many that look better than this, with the sea off in the distance, the palm trees, the volcanic rock. It's pretty special, isn't it?
It is. I think it's definitely, I mean, from the courses I've played on the LET, this is definitely up there. It's one of the best. The only other one I can think in terms of spectacular views is probably the Emirates, where you have the contrast between the green golf course and the skyscrapers. But as you say, here you've got the mountains and the sea.
Used to play at a nice venue in Switzerland as well, didn't we? Golf Club Zone, I think, from memory.
Yeah, that was stunning. I remember playing that course, and I actually asked someone why there was so many helicopters around, and it's because there's houses up in the mountains, so the helicopters deliver all the groceries. Because the people living in the mountains can't get down to get their groceries. So
nice.
Interesting viewing.
I think you've got to be part of a certain income bracket to get your helicopter delivering your groceries, though, haven't you?
Yeah, just a standard salary. I don't think it's quite going to cut it for a house like that. But
mine come by transit van normally. No helipads in central Bristol.
Good judge of distance there, just the wrong side of that slope. So this is where Connie Chen has dropped to. As I mentioned before, it is a free drop from the tent.
Like there are a few TV cables there, just not too far away from the ball, so let's just drag those out of the way as well. Bolden in for par, should be pleased with that. Good up and down from where she was.
Yeah, had some bother on this hole, so always good to escape with no damage on the card.
Still in a three-way tie for the lead, Chen, alongside Brock Larson and Kylie Walker, all three 7 under par for the week here in Tenerife.
Yeah, Connie will just be looking to aim to the left of the flag here. Won't want to mess around with that tree. Which she did.
Yeah, looked like it might have just caught that tree you referenced, Charlie.
Yeah, very difficult there because she was in the low dip. She maybe looked and thought the tree wasn't that high, but because she was so low to begin with, just needed that extra loft to get over there and unfortunately clipped it.
Walker stays on 7 under. She's played well since that wobble on 4 and 5, Kylie Walker. Back-to-back bogeys midway through her front 9, but everything looking a little more steady in the last half hour or so. This is the Connie Chen replay. Yeah, it did get caught in those branches, didn't it?
Yeah, just straight into the middle of the tree. Perhaps an error in course management there from Connie. Should have aimed left, well away from the flag. Even if she could maybe take a club less to avoid the trouble up by the green and just chip it on. Give herself a chance of a putt for a par.
It's funny, when she came off the 10th, you said maybe she's just starting to feel the pressure a little bit. Bogeyed 10, in trouble on 12. Is this the sign of nerves, I wonder? Or just perhaps just starting to think about the position she's in?
Yeah, the mind can work in great ways and bad ways. And sometimes if you get a bit nervous, it can affect your judgment and decision making. Not her best pitch there either, and she'll be struggling to come off here with a par. Looking frustrated.
No, making a bit of a hash of this 12th hole at Adeje. It's starting to look like she might not be enjoying a share of the lead when she walks off this 12th green.
It's been interesting today, actually, seeing the chips and the wedge shots out of the rough. I think the girls have been expecting them, because the grass is quite long and quite thick, they're expecting the ball to run out a lot more than it is, and every single one we've seen is actually grabbed and stopped very quickly. So that definitely fooling the players so far today. Nicole Brock-Larsen with this long putt here for birdie, up and over the slope.
Well, she would take the lead if this drops. It would be a mighty fine putt if it does drop. But she's having that kind of day, is the Dane.
Just didn't read that one right. And that's not a gimme for par.
Back to the Spaniard, Carlota Ciganda.
Charlie Holt already in for par here. And Ciganda joined the leaders. Not at the moment.
Stays 6 under. Just one off the lead. Incidentally, if you're wondering what happened to Maria Balikueva, the overnight leader, having a rough day out on the course. 4 over for her third round, so that's left her 3 under for the tournament, down into a tie for 10th at the moment. The Russian heading in the wrong direction.
Yeah, certainly not out of it though, Aussie. That's only 4 shots behind. 4 shots with a round and a half to go. Certainly not out of reach.
Chen for par. No, it's going to come up short. It's another drop shot for Connie Chen. A couple of bogeys inside her last 3 holes for the South African.
Yeah, just starting to wobble. Needs to regain the composure that she showed early on in this round.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration in the body language as she marches off that green as well. Now another of the French group of players, par 3 14th. This is Cassandra Kirkland, 1 under for the tournament.
Yeah, 2 over for her round today, so not having the best of days.
3-tiered green, this one, the flag on the lower tier at the moment, today rather. Hole Ciganda and Chen onto the 13th tee.
Perdón, 9-8. Más ayudar que frenar.
Another of the par 5s, 451 yards.
Yeah, players can definitely reach this one in 2 today. But first, they must find the fairway. It can be a very difficult battle with yourself. Stood on a tee of a par 5, you know you can reach the 2. But objective number 1 is to find the short stuff, and I don't think Carlota has done so here.
No, it doesn't like that, but...
Not the end of the world.
No, difficult to tell exactly where the ball starts rolling. Back to the 16th green, the par 3 with Brock-Larsen. Needs this to stay 7 under.
Yeah, very positive stroke there.
And another fist bump from the Dane.
Yeah, enjoying her afternoon out on the course.
Yeah, still 6 under for her round at the moment, Brock-Larsen, so heading for a 66. Hull off the 13th.
Also heading left like Sagander, but it's definitely wider. Not quite sure what line she'll have to the green from there.
Back on the 12th, Kylie Walker. On in 2. And Connie Chen's tee shot on the 13th. Black sand to the right and the left of this fairway. As we've just seen, that's where Charlie Hull's found herself, on the volcanic dust.
It doesn't hit the ball quite as far as Carlotta Sagander or Charlie Hull.
Let's take a pause to just remind ourselves of the live leaderboard midway through round 3 at the 2014 Spanish Open. Golf Costa Adeje in southwest Tenerife. 3 players in a share of the lead at its stands on 7 under. Nicole Brock-Larsen, Celine Urban and Kylie Walker. But it's very, very tight on the leaderboard. 5 players in a share of 4th, just 1 shot back. Anything could happen over the next couple of hours or so. Take a look at a few of the names a little bit further down the leaderboard. All these players still not too far off the lead, with the leaders out on 7 under. We've talked a little bit about the fact that any of these players, if they put together a decent last round, could move dramatically up the leaderboard. The likes of Nikki Campbell, Flux Sataporn, Balaqueva, the overnight leader, not having the day she'd hoped for, but still time for her to bounce back. And then a little further down, tied for 17, Melissa Reid, we mentioned, a former winner of this tournament. Tied for 17th, 1 under par alongside Stacey Lee Bregman. She had a good first day, Bregman, but has disappeared a touch since then. Whitney Hillier had a funny old first couple of days. Right up there after her opening round of 66, but had a terrible second day. The Australian, as we move back to Amy Bolden.
Nee, bitte nicht, weil das
Really good shot
wunderbar
attacking the pin there. Creating herself some chances today.
Carlotta alongside a regular caddy on the tour, Javi, who I believe was a school friend of Carlotta's. Some of the dramatic scenery not too far away from this golf course. The mountains off into the distance. I haven't seen too much of Urban so far today, up on the 16th tee, the Frenchwoman.
Yeah, she's 6 under par for her round today. Playing some really nice golf.
Back to the 13th fairway, Connie Chan. Once again, not the result she was looking for. Tell from the look on her face, she's just struggling at the moment. Connie Chan, a couple of bogeys on her last 3 holes. Can Kylie Walker move to 8 under?
Yeah, this would pull away from the rest of the field.
Not on this occasion, but looking good for par. Up the moment, it looks like Kylie will be there or thereabouts at the end of the day. Now this is where Carlotta Siganda's tee shot finished rolling. The green off into the distance. Bunkers left and right.
Great view of the stone wall areas, as we mentioned earlier. Should be able to attack the pin here. Very tricky putt she's left herself.
Yeah, the pin back right on that 13th green today. Ideally, want to try and get on the top tier. Lovely putt from Amy Bolden.
She joins the leaders.
Jostling for position at the top of the leaderboards. A number of ladies. Back to Urban. A little bit breezier than it was 2 or 3 hours ago. I was out on the course around 11 o'clock this morning. There wasn't a breath of wind, as you can tell from that tree. It's a little bit of a breeze, but certainly nothing like it was over the last 48 hours or so. Now, Charlie Hull in the black sand on the 13th.
Yeah, typically to Charlie, did not want to chip out sideways, went through a tiny gap in the trees, and look at that.
Rewarded for bravery. And she's that kind of player, isn't she?
She is, you know, she sees shots that others maybe don't.
And doesn't muck about either, just steps up to the ball. Gets on with it.
Definitely no element of fear for any shots for Charlie, I don't think. Just can see any shot. Believe she's capable of pulling it off, and then we see magical moments like that.
That's the 16th green, the par 3. Now up onto the 17th fairway, Nicole Brock-Larson coming towards the end of her third round. 4 under for her back 9 at the moment.
Difficult lie she has here, all above her feet.
One of 4 players tied in the share of the lead on 7 under alongside Urban, Bolden and Walker at the moment. Could be a surprise leader on Saturday night.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be tight going into the final round tomorrow.
Christine Wolfe, haven't seen too much of her just lately. 6 under par, just to stay on 6 under. No.
Not a positive stroke there. Some tricky pin positions out there today, just on ridges. Need to hit those putts with a positive stroke.
So Chen found the sand. That's her third shot on the par 5 13th.
On the upslope, so as you can see, she can get it nice and high. Just didn't carry it far enough, and it will make its way back down that slope.
Yeah, that was tough. Just pitched into the ridge, didn't it? A little bit unlucky for the South African, but it seems like she's sums up her last half hour or so. It's getting a little bit frustrated out there. Time to take a breath.
Yeah, she perhaps needs to look at the bigger picture. You know, she's only 1 shot off the lead. And yes, she was leading, but all things considered, that's a very good place to be.
Yeah, it's a good point. I think if you'd said to her on Thursday morning, okay, Saturday, 3:20, you're one off the lead, playing in the penultimate group, will you sign for that? I think she'd have bitten your hand off, wouldn't she?
I think she absolutely would. You know, we mentioned earlier she's only had one top 10 on the LET in her whole career. So to be in this position and playing with Charlie Hull and Carlota Ciganda today, she's doing all right. I think she needs to relax on herself a little bit. So Ciganda has to negotiate this slope first. Does so very well indeed.
Yeah, it's a good putt. Great judgment of pace from the Spaniard.
Ciganda just finishing up here to try and speed up play. The final group are already waiting behind them to play onto this green, so need to catch up with the group in front.
Jump up to the 17th tee. Celine Urban, 6 under for her third round, putting together a fabulous round of golf. Just 2 to play. That's the 17th green, the distance, and then the 18th tee just off to the left, back towards the magnificent clubhouse here at Adeje. Now Charlie Hull putting from a similar position to Ciganda. Pace looks good.
It can be very hard when you're putting up over the slope because you have to give it enough pace to get it to the top and then very quick from the top of the slope. So negotiated that very nicely. This is Connie Chen's birdie effort.
And a very good effort from Connie Chan. Yeah, I guess sometimes when you've had a couple of ropey holes, you just have to try not to let that affect you. Make sure there isn't a hangover for the remainder of the round.
Yeah, very difficult with this hole as well. As I said, it is a birdie hole. Players can get up into, so hopefully Connie will knock this one in for a par, but she'll, in a way, she will feel like it's a bogey because she knows it's a birdie hole. So although she's got off the bogey train, I don't think the smile will be quite back on her face just yet.
Charlie Hull just has been struggling with bogeys on 9 and 11, but that puts her right back on track. The teenager from England moves on to 7 under, and that means a 5-way tie for the lead now. Brock Larson, Urban, Bolden, Walker, and now Charlie Hull. All 5 players on 7 under for the tournament.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier that we thought it was going to be tight, but I'm not sure I expected it to be quite this tight. Exciting to watch, though.
Yeah, there's a bunch on 6 under as well. And Christine Wolf 5 under. Trish Johnson 4 under. Still not too far away.
Maria Balakova. Can she find something to brighten up her day today?
Hasn't been able to so far, has she?
out of the green in 2. Been playing some great golf since she's become a mum.
Yeah, formerly, of course, Maria Verchinova. You may recognise her by that, by her maiden name. Married in 2012, had a daughter, Maria, in 2012. One of the mums on tour.
I think perhaps it's given us some perspective. That was Amy Golden's second shot into the par 5, and she'll have a delicate chip over that bunker.
Yeah, I think it's certainly the case when you talk to some of the parents who mix parenting with professional golf. They always say, well, the kids don't care what you've shot when you come off the course at the end of the day, so it puts it all into perspective when you walk off the 18th green. Able to get away from the bubble that is professional golf. We learnt that Deanna Luna is 3 months pregnant this week, has made a reappearance to the Ladies European Tour. Great to see Deanna back. Congratulations to her. We wish her well. Just following Deanna a little bit this morning. Looks pretty comfortable out on the course.
It's not a bad effort from Kylie Walker if it can stay there, otherwise it's going to roll back.
There it goes. It's motoring as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gathering some speed down that hill. Evidence of how tricky these greens are. Can sometimes be very difficult to see the slopes on the television.
Up onto the 14th, one of the 6 par 3s. Oh, those clouds are looking a bit murky in the distance.
Yeah, looking a little ominous. Nicole Brock-Larson for par. As we mentioned, she's one of our leaders at -7.
Just needs to hold it together for one more hole, Brock-Larson, and she will be the clubhouse leader. Don't fancy that much up there in those clouds. Charlie Hull seemed to be suffering from a little bit of indecision here. This tee shot on 14, 157 yards, taking her time.
I think it's a case of the wind picking up and dying down. It can be very, very difficult. That's where good conversations with a caddy come in handy, just to confirm, you know, you have got the right club, trust it. They're the sort of things that a caddy Gary will be telling her.
Clearly lost the flight of Charlie Hull's tee shot there. We'll be back with that group in a few moments. There was applause, I think, just after that tee shot, so a good result, perhaps, for Hull. We will find out. Let's see how Chen gets on. One off the lead now, Connie Chen.
You're aiming just right half of the green, avoiding that pin. Looking to draw it in towards the flag. Does so very well. That will gather that pace from the slope. She judged it to perfection.
Yeah, another yard or so. Should have been on the wrong tee. She faced with a very slippery putt down the hill, but good results. Christine Wolff flying the Austrian flag high this afternoon. Is it going to creep on? It is. Wonderful sea views this Costa Adeje course enjoys. Particularly some of the holes on the front nine. Absolutely stunning. La Gomera Island off in the distance, around 40 kilometres off the Tenerife coast. Well, not too far from Africa, of course. 180 miles from the Moroccan coast. Not forget about Amy Bolden either. Another of the joint leaders on 7 under. Playing the 13th at the moment, par 5.
Yeah, so she'll have that for a birdie and the outright lead.
Now we've seen a few of these putts today, haven't we, up this slope. Walker's turn to try her hand. Again, lovely judgment of pace from the Scot. Amazing this season how Kylie has just seemed to have found the winning formula.
Yeah, she's just found another level, hasn't she?
Must be encouraging for some of the other girls on the tour, those who are there and thereabouts, that never too far away from a tournament win. Look at that for a leaderboard. Take your pick. 6 players in a share of the lead. Brock Larson, Urban, Siganda, Hull, Bolden, Walker. Now, one of those joint leaders, Celine Urban, for birdie. That's not going to drop.
Yeah, just overread the slope on that one.
This group on the 17th, so looks like Brock Larson will be first into the clubhouse. She'll be the clubhouse leader in the next 5 or 10 minutes or so, and then Urban will follow her in.
This for Amy Bolden to get to 8 under par and the outright lead, and she does. Adjusting to professional life very well.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how she reacts to this situation now. Another player who's not that familiar with leading a tournament. Still got a little bit of time to think about exactly what's going on around her. She's looked very cool, calm and collected this afternoon, Bolden.
Yeah, I think she would have drawn a lot from the experience she had at Pilsen Golf Masters. Getting right up the leaderboard.
This looks like a horrible putt, isn't it?
Yeah, very tricky, but that's about as well as she could have judged it without it going in.
There's the danger. She'll have that for par, Siganda, having clawed her way to 7 under. She might find herself on 6 under.
And Kylie Walker joins Amy Bolden at the top of the leaderboard at 8 under par.
It's all happening, isn't it? We're flying around this golf course. Bolden and Walker now in a share of the lead. Move to 8 under. Urban to stay on 7 under, so 1 shot off the lead with 1 to play.
This for Siganda's part. We saw that tricky first putt. This is about as close as she could have got it without it going in the hole.
Well, that was a wonderful putt for par from Carlotta Siganda. A well-deserved fist bump for that one.
Yeah, and a sigh of relief as well.
She'd worked mighty hard to get herself up to 7 under. We had her down for a par on the 13th, but it was actually a birdie on that par 5 13th, so a good par on 14. Saganda just one shot off the lead. Now, Brock Larson.
And just perhaps coming up half a club short there.
Yeah, playing as one of the easier par 5s over the first couple of days, the 18th. Playing downwind, but not so breezy today, so playing a little bit longer.
Connie Chen to get within 1.
Oh. She'll stay on 6 under, providing she rolls that in. Another disappointing moment for the South African. But,
yeah, Connie's the only player in the top 10 who isn't under par for her round today. Just level par.
hole for birdie to move to 8 under.
Oh, she just didn't hit it. Very unlike her. She's normally a very positive putter. That's frustrating.
Two under for her third round. But it's Brock Larson and Urban who've stolen the show today, come from nowhere. Both on course for rounds of 6 under today, coming towards the end of their third round. Connie Chen tidies up. 2 off the lead. Playing alongside one another. Kylie Walker on the left, all in black, and Amy Bolden on the right of the picture. Joint leaders as it stands, both 8 under. Through 13 of this third round. The Spanish Open.
Young boy going for a wander
I'm
across
not
the
sure
green.
he realises he's wandering across the 14th green. He's enjoying himself there. Of course, the advantage that Kylie Walker has at this stage of the weekend is she's done it all before, twice this season. Par 3, 14th. Bolden to play first. 8 under par. Joint leader.
What a shot from Amy Bolden. Playing some great golf, but more importantly, enjoying herself.
Yeah, another youngster looking pretty relaxed out there. This is the 3-tiered green. Pin was on the back upper tier yesterday. Made this one of the hardest holes on the course on Friday. Important to find the right tier. Otherwise faced with a very tricky putt down the hill.
As we saw, just the group in front with Carlotta Saganda. You don't want to be long here. And these two are really batting against each other today.
Yeah, Walker matches her. A couple of fabulous tee shots. this the final group out on the course. Maria Balaklava last to play.
3 good shots from the final group.
Yeah, a little bit further afield, but like her playing partners on the right tier, so makes life a little bit easier when you find your way onto that green. Now, a hole further on, 15th. Get a good idea of how warm it is out there today, 26 degrees. So around the 80 mark in Fahrenheit, if that's what you prefer.
Just getting caught up in the rough there. Nicole Brock-Larson on her final hole. Six under par today for her round. Up and down here, we'd see her join Amy Bolden and Kylie Walker at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, good sign for 65. Well, she's got a chance.
I didn't quite give it enough, but
she'll have that for birdie. We'll be back there in a few moments. Let's go back to 15, Charlie Hull, par 4.
not happy with that one. We were talking earlier about this par 4 15th hole. There's sections of fairway and then rough. Charlie Hull in the trees there.
Yeah, Charlie's been talking about not feeling 100% in the last couple of weeks or so. Talked a little bit earlier about how much travelling she's been doing this summer, playing over in the States a little bit more, but also playing a lot of golf on the Ladies European Tour as well. Means a lot of travelling gets tiring, particularly towards the end of the season. Particularly when you're young too as well, it's difficult to know how to pace yourself. All comes with experience as you play a number of years of professional golf. She'll get used to that. It's really hot here as well, and it's humid too. It can be energy sapping.
Yeah, hydration is key out there today. You don't realise how quickly it can affect you if you're dehydrated. It can affect your decision making, your concentration, energy levels. Very, very important. It's a very important job of the caddy actually today. Almost every time the player hits the shot, you hand the bottle of water or the juice or whatever it is they're drinking. Very, very important.
Balaklava for birdie. Go on. Oh, it's one of those days, Maria.
Yeah, she's having a tough day.
She's having a decent season though, is Balaklava in the top 40 on the order of merit.
Yeah, she's certainly not out of this tournament yet either. She can finish strong. She's still inside the top 10 and only 4 behind, so.
Had a good finish in Turkey as well, so shouldn't be too unfamiliar with this kind of territory. Tied 4th in Turkey, tied 9th in Holland. That was a career best finish in Turkey, by the way, Balaklava. 13th in Scotland not so long ago. It's putting together a good summer. As is Amy Bolden. We'll be back with her in a moment or two. This is where Charlie Hull has ended up.
Are we going to see another miraculous shot here? I can't see her line to the green, but oh, there we go. Right on cue.
Easy.
That's a big gap for Charlie. I don't know what all the problem is.
Through the eye of the needle. Has she made it?
I heard it clip something.
Sounds like it. Quite an unusual fairway, this one. It's got these banks of rough. So you can hit a pretty good tee shot here and get a little bit unlucky and find yourself penalised by lying in this fluffy stuff. A series of banks, terraces down towards the green. very steep bank off towards the right of this green, so need to try and pitch left.
Yeah, keeping it left will be key here. From the rough as well. May well struggle to get it to stop. That's a good effort from Carlotta.
Yeah, very good shot. Doing well to make the green from one of those fluffy banks of rough on that fairway. Bolden for the outright lead.
Yeah, this to get to 9 under par.
Oh, yes. Come on, Amy Bolden. She is flying today. Puts the pressure on Kylie Walker. Let's go back to Brock Larson. The birdie putt fails to drop, but that will take nothing away from a wonderful round of golf from the Dane.
Yeah, 6 under par for her third round.
Yeah, played the back 9 in 4 under, Brock Larson.
Good shot as well from Connie Chen. Great course management, avoiding the right-hand side of that green.
I'm not quite sure where Charlie Hull finished up, are we, on that hole? But all will be revealed in the next few moments. In the meantime, let's go back to Kylie Walker. This to join Bolden on 9 under, top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, this putt will feel a few feet longer after seeing Amy hole hers. And Amy stays out at the front of the leaderboard on her own.
So Amy Bolden in the outright lead. The Spanish Open coming towards the end of Saturday afternoon, round 3. 9 under par, the Welshwoman. 1 shot clear of Kylie Walker, 8 under. Still a bunch of players back on 7 under. Brock Larson, Urban, Hull, Saganda. Connie Chen back on 6 under. Still very little in it at the moment. Shaping up nicely for the final round on Sunday, that's for sure. Celine Urban.
Yeah, coming up the rough here with the fairway wood can be very difficult to control the ball flight, but that one scurrying up towards the pin. That's an incredible shot.
Brilliant shot.
Yeah, she'll have that for an eagle. And were she to knock that one in, she'll join Amy Bolden at 9 under par.
Looking pretty casual about things. Now here's Charlie Hull.
Good result from where she was.
Yeah, fired through that tunnel from behind the palm trees.
You can see there aiming well left to allow for that slope, but just hasn't carried it far enough.
Not surprisingly disappointed with that, looking a little baffled by that result. She'll have a fairly tricky long putt for par. Christine Wolfe playing the 18th. Alongside Urban, Nikki Campbell in this group as well.
Another player looking to get on this green in 2. Straight down the flag. But just taking that slope off to the right-hand side of the pin.
Back on the 15th. Saganda first to putt. 2 off the lead now, 7 under. Bolden out there on 9 under at the moment. Spanish fans will be urging this one to drop.
Not an easy putt here. And she's just not quite got the line right. Tap in par though.
What a beautiful setting here at Costa Adeje. Bolden, Walker and Balaqueva's turn to tackle 15. It's the leader, Bolden, first to tee. Off, those are the little terraces we were talking about on this fairway. Just trundles down. Out of sight. Hole for par, no. Drop shot for Charlie.
3 behind the leader now.
Yeah, back to 6 under. One under for her third round, so it's all looking pretty good after her first 7 holes. 3 under for the round, but then bogey on 9, a bogey on 11, and another on 15 there for Charlie Hull. Wolf Regal on the final green. No, never gave that enough.
No, misjudged both line and pace there.
Chen for birdie on the 15th. It's looking good. In it goes. Fabulous putt from Connie Chen. That's a great response after bogeys on 10 and 12.
Yeah, within 2 of Amy Bolden now, and under par for her round today.
They will move off to the par 3 16th. We'll be back with Chen, Sigander and Hull in a few moments as they make the short walk to that 16th tee, which heads down towards the clubhouse in the distance there. Let's just refresh the memory. There's been a lot happening this afternoon. You'll have your wits about you to keep track of the leaderboard. Round 3 at the Spanish Open, but this is how it stands. Been changing all afternoon, and at the moment, it's Amy Bolden sitting pretty in pole position, 9 under par, 1 clear from Kylie Walker on 8 under, and another 3 players, 2 off the lead, all on 7 under par. It's hot and sticky out there, 26 degrees Celsius.
Great view of those tiers.
Yeah, it's unusual, isn't it? Played on a course with terracing such as this?
I haven't actually.
Attractive feature. Relatively hilly, of course, because we're not too far away from the mountains and a volcanic island. 1909, the last time a volcano erupted, so hopefully it won't kick off this weekend.
Nice iron shot there from Connie Chen, just hangs onto that back of that green. Celine Herban here for an eagle and a share of the lead with Amy Bolden.
Yeah, we saw that fabulous second shot from the Frenchwoman. This would be a nice way to finish her day. Oh, well, she'll tap in for birdie.
Yeah, that's a round of 7 under par for the Frenchwoman today. Incredible golf.
Sigander's turn on the 16th tee. Oh dear, just through the back.
Yeah, half a club too long. You can see there the flags blowing, perhaps fooled Carlotta a little bit. Amy
Yes.
Bolden finding one of those slopes here. Negotiated it very nicely though.
Yeah, it's a great second shot. She'll
Very
have that.
small green, isn't it?
Yeah, and a couple of the players have been chatting to me about how difficult those fluffy banks are if you do have the misfortune to end up in one of those. Kylie Walker with a much better lie on the 15th from the fairway.
Another nice shot. You haven't seen any players going right at that pin. It's just too risky.
No, just thinking that. I was down on that green earlier today, actually, and it's a really steep bank off to the right. So that's the danger, isn't it? You go for the pin and just misjudge it, or a strong gust of wind, and you've got a very difficult third shot.
Yeah, and you feel very foolish if you've got, you know, less than 100 yards in. Ordinarily, that's a birdie chance. You miss the green to the right, you're going to be struggling to make a bogey. So, course management key on the 15th hole.
Christine Wolf putting the finishing touches to her round of 69 today. Bit of a mixed bag for her this week so far. 68, 74 yesterday, but hits back with a 69 today. Charlie Hull, 16th tee.
Learnt from Siganders there, going long. Sometimes it's an advantage to tee off last. See the result of your playing partner's shots. Longer to assess the wind.
Back on the 13th green with the final group.
Maria Balako over there, you can see going to be chipping up the green for her third shot here. Will be aiming this one well left.
I just said 13th green, I beg your pardon. 15th green, of course. Balaklava first.
Not seen many chips quite getting up to the hole today.
No, many of the players struggling with that tricky 15th, haven't they? This is the view Carlotta Sikander is faced with, up on 16. There she is.
Very delicate shot required here. Open the club face. Throw this one up in the air and try and generate some spin. You can see there the open stance.
Delicately done. I could almost see that out the window. It's just about 60 yards from our TV compound, our commentary position. That's 16th green. But all eyes on Amy Bolden at the moment, the outright leader. She's worked hard to put herself in this position, putting together a very tidy back nine. 3 birdies in a row, 12, 13 and 14. Pushed her up the leaderboard. Will it be 4 in a row? Wasn't far away, was it?
No, it was a great effort. Always best in that situation to keep the ball high of the hole. If it's low, it gathers more pace. Very sensible putt from Amy Bolden.
No birdie for Hull on 16. Looks like she'll stay on 6 under par. She does. Walker with a birdie putt on 15. This would push her on to 9 under alongside Boulden. A little more pace required from the Scots. She'll stay one off the lead.
Oh, Connie Chen with this putt for a birdie at 16. You see there it just jumped as she putted from the fringe there onto the green. Very difficult. Changing grass at times. Difficult to judge the roll of the ball, the pace. Sometimes it comes out hot.
Big putt for Saganda this. Only a couple of holes to play. Fails to drop. She'll be 3 off the lead. Just needs to stay within touching distance of the leaders overnight. Not make the task on Sunday too difficult.
You can see there the perfect condition of the greens. Players really been treated to a fantastic golf course this week.
Yeah, it's in immaculate condition. Good par for Carlotta. She'll be pleased with that. Keeps her within a couple of shots of this young lady, Amy Boulden. Just needs to take a little care here.
Yeah, break ever so slightly off her
Oof.
left. Oh my
Hello.
goodness.
Hello, hello, hello.
It's like a helter-skelter, that one.
A sigh of relief. Chen in for par. Worth referencing Celine Urban's round. We saw that putt for Eagle. She made birdie on the last for a round of 65, so that's pushed her to 8 under as well. So that means Urban in a share of 2nd with Kylie Walker. Fabulous round from Urban, 65. Easily one of the best rounds of the day.
Great view there, back up to the final group. Waiting on this 16th tee.
There's confirmation of that round of 65 from Urban. 66 from Brock Larson. Two of the star performers today. Motored up leaderboard through the course of Saturday, but at the moment Boulden out in front. Whether she stays there into Saturday evening is another thing, of course. Trying to think of a description of the colour of her shirt earlier on.
Turquoise? Teal?
Yeah. Jade?
Oh, that's a bit extravagant, isn't it?
Emerald? Or green?
Looks good in the air. Needs to sit.
Oh dear, that's unlucky, isn't it? That's unlucky.
It's probably a yard too far.
Didn't trundle all the way down the bank like Siganda's, but still a tricky second shot for Boulden.
A delicate chip will be required.
Yeah, she'll be pleased to walk off with par in 5 minutes' time or so. Kylie Walker next. Two under for her final round. Just a couple of bogeys, 4 and 5. If it weren't for those, she would be in an outright lead at the moment. Even so, still in a very strong position. A couple of holes to play after the 16th. Par 3 16th, 168 yards. Yeah, Atlantic in the distance. Doesn't look like she fancies that one though. No, well short. Well short.
Yeah, wrong club decision there from Kylie. Whether that was a wind thing, I don't know. Clouds looking very dark indeed.
Par 4 17th, Sagander off the tee.
Just under 400 yards this hole.
Two very contrasting views of the weather, depending on which way our cameras are pointing. Out to sea, it's set fair, but over the hills, it's dark as night. Hole 3 off the lead.
A nice drive from Charlie. Down the right-hand side of the fairway.
Yeah, just sloping right to left, this 17th fairway. It's been an eventful afternoon at Costa Adeje in southwest Tenerife. The leaderboard has been ticking over all afternoon, all sorts of names flying around. But as it stands, it's Amy Bolden in pole position, leader of the pack at the moment. 3 to play, she's on the 16th, and she is 9 under par with a 1-shot lead from Urban, who's in the clubhouse. Kylie Walker also playing the 16th. Good round from Beth Allen there, 68, 4 under today. The American came close to winning 2011, I think, the year Mel Reid won in Marbella. Enjoying her stay in Spain once more. There's some names a little bit further down. Good rounds from Hannah Burke and Pamela Pradswell. A couple of 68s, moved those two on to 3 under for the tournament. Nikki Campbell with a 70. Alongside them in a tie for 11th on 3 under, and then a little bit further down, Florrie Parker, winner in Italy earlier this summer. 1 under for the tournament, tie for 16th alongside Stacey Lee Bregman, Kelsey McDonald. But it's Bolden, the leader of the pack at the moment. But faced with a tricky chip on 16.
Yeah, will require the best of her skill here. Kylie Walker first to play though.
Yeah, came up very short with the tee shot, Walker. She too will do well to get up and down for par.
Judged it to perfection.
Very impressive. Wonderful judgment of pace. Gives her a good shout of escaping with a par.
Oh, we see Amy Bolden's second here to the 16th. Needs to sit. Oh, grabbed straight away.
Thought it looked a bit strong when it took flight, but
Yeah, I think she also was pretty
Heart in
pleased
her
that it
mouth.
grabbed in there.
similar length putts for par, Bolden and Walker. been a great day for Amy Bolden, though, particularly after a bogey on 5. It was 1 over for her round after 5 holes, but really started motoring from 7. Birdie on the par 3 7th, and then 3 in a row, 12, 13, 14. Meanwhile, up on 17, Connie Chan.
Tried its best to get up there for her, but not quite making it to the green. It's Charlie Hull's second shot to the 17th here. Three behind. I know she'd like to finish strongly, so she's not so far back going into tomorrow.
Yeah, I suppose if you get too far behind going into the final day, then you've got to have a very different approach when you set off on Sunday, haven't you? 3 or 4 behind, perhaps. You have to start attacking, playing golf that's a little riskier. I'll be back with Saganda down that slope in a moment. Good par for Walker. Stays on 8 under.
Just looks very comfortable out there, doesn't she now?
Yeah, you can see the belief. Looks comfortable with being in that position on the leaderboard.
Saganda in an interesting spot here to the left of the 17th.
Yeah, just the wrong side of one of those terraces we've been referencing all afternoon.
Sounds like she's got a good connection on it, but I think that one's right.
Anyone's guess where that one's landed. The danger of that 17th fairway runs from right to left, so if you do misjudge it, then you very easily just trundle the wrong side. Roll over the edge of that terrace. Now Bolden, the leader, just to stay 9 under.
Yeah, big putt for Amy.
Oh dear.
She'll have virtually the same again for a bogey. Took a long time over that par putt.
Yeah, perhaps just feeling a little bit of pressure coming towards the end of the 3rd round. Needs to hold this to stay alongside Walker and Urban on 8 under par, and she does. So 3-way tie for the lead once more. Bolden back to 8 under. Urban in the clubhouse on 8 under. Carly Walker in the same group, also 8 under par for the week. Now we haven't seen too much of Trish Johnson today. Battling the 18th.
Yeah, currently just inside the top 10.
Only 4 off the lead. We've seen what she can be capable. She is capable of, should I say, already this week with that 65 on the opening day. So if she gets off to a quick start tomorrow, you never know.
Well, she's certainly got the experience to draw upon.
A tournament victory, of course, fresh in the memory from Scotland, Archerfield Links. Took a 6-shot lead into the final round at Archerfield. Won by 3 in the end, I think, if memory serves. But a great week for Trish. Some nice emotion on the final green once she sunk the final putt. As a reminder of how it stands, just coming towards the end of the 3rd round of the Spanish Open, Tenerife. 3 players in a share of the lead. Urban in the clubhouse, 8 under. Bolden, Walker playing alongside one another, just about to tackle the 17th. 3 players a shot back on 7 under. Brock Larson in the clubhouse after a fabulous 66 today. Saganda and Chen also 6 under par. Charlie Hull lurking 7 under par, should I say. Charlie Hull on 6 under. Nothing in it, is there, going into Sunday?
No, it's so tight. Great viewing. Testament to the high standard of golf that's being played on the Ladies European Tour these days.
Yeah, there's great depth, isn't there? That's the significant element.
There's so many players who have the opportunity to win. Maybe used to just be a handful that you sort of used to pick between, but got probably 20 to 30 players every week who could lift the trophy, so it's exciting times.
Yeah, and I think especially when you get a field like this where you've got Asa Munoz, 16 in the world, having such a good year over in the States, playing some wonderful golf. Sigander and Hull, both Solheim players as well. And you've got the regulars on the LET challenging them. That shows how good some of the golf is that is being played by the ladies we see week in, week out on the tour. I mean, Munoz is nowhere to be seen on the leaderboard.
It's good to see the rookies as well. Obviously, there's the element of unknown territory for the girls who are in their first time out on the LET. Amy Bold, an example of somebody who's not showing any signs of rookie nerves.
Lovely judgment from Chen. Trish Johnson back on 18 with her third. She'll have that to finish with a birdie. Yeah, and I think it helps when the players like Charlie start enjoying such success, doesn't it? It pushes the other young players along. The players that have grown up playing junior golf, amateur golf with Charlie. They see her winning tournaments, pushing for titles. They think they can do it as well.
Yeah, Amy Bold, an example of that. Obviously, they played together in the 2012 Curtis Cup team at Nairn. Pamela Pretzwell as well in that team. Definitely does help.
Holly Clyburn, another
Yep.
young winner on tour.
We've seen Stephanie Meadow as well playing some great golf this year. Undoubtedly the future of ladies golf is in safe hands. That's a good day from Trish.
Yeah, showing the youngsters how it's done. Not just about the kids. 48 years of age, still going strong. Trish Johnson, good to see. Finishes with a birdie. Now, Sigander, remember, just one off the lead, so in a very good position. Barring any disasters going into the final day. But tough putt for par.
Yeah, very tricky down the hill.
Oh,
Just slides by on that right edge.
moves back to 6 under. 2 off the lead as it stands. Disappointing for Carlotta. Bogeyed the second, but up to that point, that was the only bogey on the card for the Spaniard.
You can see there the final group waiting to play. I think it's been a frustrating day for that final group.
Yeah, this group of Chen, Sigander and Hull have been on the clock a couple of times, we understand this afternoon. par for Connie Chen. She steadied the ship after those couple of bogeys. Connie Chen, she's done a decent job of that. Bogeys on 10 and 12.
Yeah, 1 under par for her round, so as you say, she's done very well.
Rolls in the bogey putt. Back to 6 under, not the most positive of body language as she trudges off that green, but
She's certainly not out of this tournament, though.
no, I think she'll be fairly pleased with her position on Saturday night. The mood over dinner won't be too bad. Balaklava.
Yeah, she's now 5 over par for her round today, so Maria really not having the best of days on the golf course today.
No, shown us she's capable of putting 2 or 3 decent rounds together during a tournament week, but of course it's about 4 good days, isn't it? And I guess sometimes that's a learning process, something that comes with experience, putting yourself in this kind of position more and more often. Bit of self-belief, bit of patience.
Yeah, and this lady is a prime example of that.
Valderi always springs to mind when I start talking about this. Last year she seemed to be in a good position at the halfway point on a number of occasions. She just kept missing out, coming really close, and then got the win in Turkey earlier this year. Sometimes all of a sudden it can all just slot into place.
Yeah, she's been very consistent since that win as well. Never a surprise to see her near the top of the leaderboard.
Amy Bolden sizing up the task in hand. Bogey on 16, so just needs to hold things together over the next 15-20 minutes or so to put the finishing touches to a decent round.
She won't have much more than a 9 or an 8 iron into this green.
Good shot. Very good shot from Bolden. Gives herself an opportunity to bounce back with a birdie. We'll be back there in a few moments. Now the Hull, Saganda, Chen group. Just the 18th to play. Par 5, certainly reachable in 2. So all 3 will be hoping to finish their rounds with birdies.
Yeah, it's a long drive from Charlie Hull as well.
It's the clubhouse here at Costa Adeje with the Atlantic in the distance. And a reminder of how things stand. It's tight at the top. Urban in the clubhouse with a wonderful 65 today, 8 under par. Alongside her at the top of the leaderboard, Amy Bolden and Kylie Walker. It's tight though up there. Nicole Brock-Larsen, another who enjoyed a wonderful round of 66 today. That's left her on 7 under for the tournament. Connie Chen alongside her with just the 18th to play. Of course, Sigandra and Hull also tackling the 18th alongside one another, 6 under par. A little further down, Christine Wolfe, Beth Allen and Trish Johnson. But one of the best rounds of the day came from one of the surprise packages, if you like, the Frenchwoman Celine Urban. And once she left the 18th green, we asked her all about it.
Celine, you had quite a quiet opening 2 days here, and then today, well, what happened today?
Today was really, really a nice day for me. Obviously, I have the feeling I play a different golf course, because the first 2 days I got like the bad flight and I got a lot of wind on both days. So it was like very nice to play finally this course with no wind, and I was feeling very confident. I worked very well on my swing yesterday afternoon. I fixed some little problems and I arrived a lot of confidence on the course, and so I came back with a very strong long game with 16 green in regulation and 8 birdies.
What a day for Celine Urban. I think she got it spot on. It's exactly what I thought when I wandered out onto the course today. It's a completely different golf course from the last 48 hours. She made the most of it today, Urban.
Yeah, that can be quite difficult as well, especially if you've played your practice rounds in a certain type of conditions and then you come into the tournament and the wind's the opposite way or the wind's gone completely. You almost think, what was the point in the practice rounds? It's a totally different golf course that I'm playing now. But yeah, Celine utilising the calm conditions out there today and that fantastic round of 65.
Yeah, finished 4th in the Spanish Open last year in Madrid, so perhaps there's something in the Spanish water that works wonders for Celine. Held in Madrid, of course, last year's staging of this event.
And that was certainly close for Kylie Walker.
Yeah, looked good as it was tracking, didn't it? So this is where Charlie Hull's tee shot stopped rolling on the 18th. The green in the distance.
Yeah, gripping down on this one here, trying to control the flight a little bit. Perhaps take some more yardage off this club. Perhaps she thinks she's got a little too much. Would have been good for distance. Had it pitched the green. It's not the easiest chip she's left herself there.
No, just thinking that, faced with a tricky little chip. That's her 3rd shot on 18. Meanwhile,
yeah, Amy Bolden to get back into the lead at -9. Just slides by the edge.
Walker already safely in for par on 17, so she will stay 8 under with 1 to play. Let's go back to 18. Connie Chen. Similar sort of shot as Charlie's.
Yeah, she'll just be aiming at the peak in the roof there, the clubhouse, which is in line with the left-hand side of the green. Ball below her feet, which will work in her favour. The ball will track round slightly to the right. That scurried off the front of the green there. Not a bad effort.
Balaquaver on 17, no. Frustrating day continues for Maria. 6 over for her round.
Yeah, not the day she wanted when she went out this afternoon, top of the leaderboard.
No, just got to put those down to experience, haven't you? Move on. Start all over again tomorrow.
It should be a formality for Amy Bolden.
stays on 8 under, so Walker and Bolden, both 8 under alongside Urban, who's in the clubhouse. Just 1 hole to play for the final group. Back to Siganda, second on 18.
He'll come out heavy out of that grass. Looking for a chaser, and she gets it. That's a fantastic shot.
She'll have that for eagle on the 18th. Eagled the 18th yesterday in much tougher conditions. Give her a nice boost if she can knock that one in. Could give her a share of the lead, depending on what else happens around her in the next 10 minutes or so. Back on the 18th tee, the final group.
The joint leader, Kylie Walker, on 8 under par alongside Amy Bolden and Celine Hubbin. Great record on this hole. Eagle birdie, last 2 rounds.
Yeah, should be feeling good, but doesn't look like she likes that one much. It's over in the Botanical Gardens. Advantage Bolden, perhaps. Let's see what she can do. He's enjoyed birdie eagle on this 18th, last couple of days, Bolden, so we'll be hoping for something special to complete her 3rd round.
Yeah, this one looks very good indeed. Trundles off the fairway, but shouldn't be a problem. We saw Carlotta Siganda down there just a moment ago.
Yeah, slight look of concern on Bolden's face, but
Kylie Walker playing a provisional. Just unsure where that first drive went.
yeah, that was Balaklava, just firing off her tee shot. Again, a bit of a grimace. It's over near those advertising boards and just comes through the under the bottom of those. Right, Charlie's chip.
Yeah, not got a lot of green to work with here. Just chipping it onto a plateau.
Be careful she doesn't trundle down that ridge. No.
That's a very difficult shot.
Well, remains to be seen what's in store for Kylie Walker when she hopefully finds that first ball. Might be a bit of a messy end to her round, mightn't it?
Yeah, it could be very damaging.
It's been an entertaining afternoon, that's for sure. There's been all sorts of names flying around this leaderboard in the last 2 or 3 hours. This is how it looks at the moment. Urban, Bolden, Walker, all on 8 under par, but numerous names just below them that could challenge.
She didn't get in, but she was like, I'm not sure if she made the first one. I don't think she made through the first stage.
Okay. And she's playing this here?
No, she was first reserved. She came all the way here.
Oh, she's
And
coming.
I was like, why
Just
would
in
you
case.
Why would you go all the way here?
Maria and Amy enjoying a casual chat, wandering down the 18th fairway. Let's move up the hole to Connie Chen. Third shot on 18. If she holds this, she has the outright lead.
Yeah, this would be some finish, wouldn't it?
Get in.
Oh, come on. How good was that?
It's incredible.
What an end to the day for Connie Chen. It's been an up and down adventure.
Yeah, we were saying earlier whether perhaps she was starting to feel the pressure, and through the middle of her round she had a bit of a wobble and we weren't sure quite how she was going to cope with being out there with Charlie Hull and Carlotta Segander, and suddenly she's at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, what a way to bounce back. Birdie on 15. And chips in on 18, and Connie Chen is the outright leader. And this putt trundles past. Now then, what's Kylie Walker up to? She's taking the scenic route.
I look like if you just went, no, we're fine.
You got it.
Everyone's lending a helping hand. Don't want to get too close to those cacti, do you?
No.
Now we saw Connie Chen chip in. What can Segander do for eagle? No, just obscured by Charlie Hull, but nonetheless, it will be birdie for Segander. Looks a little bit down in the dumps about her round today, but she's right up there.
Yeah, I think upon reflection, she maybe had a few more chances today that she could and should have perhaps taken. I think that's probably what's playing on her mind.
Par for Charlie Hull.
Yeah. Also, I don't think she'll be too impressed with her day today, but not out of the tournament.
No, absolutely. Hull and Segander not too far away, and they will be pushing hard tomorrow, I'm sure. Round of 71 for Charlie. Good first round. 68 on Thursday, then a couple of rounds of 71. Friday and Saturday. Leaves a 6 under. At the moment, that's 3 off the lead.
Yeah.
Kylie Walker adventure continues.
Just so difficult to know where to look. If it's hit one of these rocks, it could have gone anywhere. I think they found a ball.
Oh, that looks like it, yeah.
Not sure whether she's pleased or disappointed, but I wouldn't fancy that job. Definitely have the marigolds on for that.
I think so.
Or the heavy-duty
Yeah.
gardening gloves.
Wrap the waterproof trousers around your arm or something.
Yeah, pink and purple ducks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Wow, good thing, thank you.
Make a caddy.
That's a good find in there, isn't it?
It's a very good find. Eagle eyes. Not quite sure what she's going to do with it now, though.
Thanks very much. Yeah, that's it. Feels fine.
Positive identification then.
Amy Bolden back to focusing on the job in hand. Can be quite distracting if you're playing with someone who's lost a ball, to go away, look for the ball, and come back to finishing your job.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Bolden one off the lead. I wonder if she realises what Chen has just done up on the 18th green.
Probably not. No, there's no leaderboards out where they are on the 18th. In some ways, it doesn't really matter on a Saturday. It's not going to really affect the way Amy plays this final hole. If it was a final round and she was one back, perhaps she'd need to be more aggressive, but I think she'll just be focusing on her game plan and how she wants to play this hole.
Connie Chen wishes it was a Sunday afternoon. That would have been a tidy way to win the tournament, wouldn't it? It puts her in a great position going into Sunday. Uncharted territory for Connie Chen, though. She's never won on the Ladies European Tour, only one top 10 finish, so it'll be very interesting to see how she reacts to everything that's going on around her tomorrow.
Lots of waiting about while Kylie Walker decides what she's going to do with that ball up in the rocks.
What are the choices open to her in this situation? What's going through her mind?
She can play the ball as it lies, which is probably not an option. She can take relief 2 club lengths no nearer the hole. She can go back in line with the point of entry in the flag, or she can go back to the tee.
Difficult to tell where the pin is from there, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, looking
Over
at
those
this,
bushes somewhere.
Amy's going to play while Kylie's figuring out what she's going to do with this next shot. Going with a hybrid here, so my guess is that she's going for the green. Looks good.
Looks very good.
Just needs to settle.
We saw Chen do it. Certainly a great opportunity for at least birdie for Baldwin. So back to Kylie Walker in the bushes.
Yeah, this will be Kylie's 3rd shot.
That's a nice picture. The green somewhere in line with the top of the clubhouse there, just over those flowers and bushes and cacti. Good luck.
Yeah, my only concern here with her hitting this wood is it's not going to get up quick enough. Seems to have got a very good connection though.
Thanks.
And that's not a bad effort at all in that greenside bunker in 3. Just be quite a long bunker shot there.
Yeah, not the end to Kylie Walker's round that she was hoping for, but seems in pretty good spirits. Let's just remind ourselves of exactly what happened a few moments ago on the 18th green, or just off the 18th green, in fact. Connie Chen, she's had a mixed day, was here for 2, and then this happened. In for eagle, into the lead on 9 under, and
Connie, that was great stuff
let's
for you
hear from
today,
her.
and a perfect way to finish. A little eagle at the last to take the lead.
Yeah, that was a great chip in there. I needed it, so it just happened.
Your father's on the bag here this week. How much has he been helping you?
He's been on my bag since I turned pro, and we did change a few things this week. We tried to keep it a bit more chilled than usual, and I think that sort of worked.
You've had 1 top 10 this finish. It was in the Czech Republic. What's been going right for you this week? You've been so consistent with rounds of 68, 70, and today was 69.
My putting, I've been working really hard. I got here a week earlier, did a lot of putting on the greens here. So, I had a week of practice.
And looking ahead to tomorrow, what are your thoughts?
Just do what I've been doing. Hopefully my swing will be better tomorrow. Bit more positive with my putting, and the putts will drop.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Good day for Connie Chen, and she should be pretty pleased with that sight. Dinner should taste pretty good tonight for the Chen family, as we heard there. Her dad is acting as caddy this week. Seems to be a good combination so far, but it will be very interesting to see how Connie deals with the pressure of playing in the final group tomorrow.
Yeah, I think when she's sitting thinking about that tonight, she'll have to take the positives from the fact that she was in the penultimate group today with 2 big names, handled it very well indeed.
It's about embracing it, isn't it? That's what you
It
play
is, it's what you
professional golf
practice for.
Yeah.
You know, she said she was here a week early practicing, and you practice to win, you don't practice to make up the numbers. And Connie's now in a position to really show what she's capable of doing. And of course she'll be nervous. Anyone would be. That's the first time you're in that position. I think even if you've been in that position 100 times, there's still an element of nerves. Because if there aren't nerves, there's a problem. You know, it's got to mean something to you.
Yeah, even the best players in the world feel the nerves, but they expect the nerves and they know how to deal with it because they've been in that situation before. But absolutely right, you've got to embrace the situation. It's what you play professional sport for, not to be afraid of leading a tournament going into the final round. Say, this is what I wanted at the start of the week, I've done it. Now let's finish the job. Walk tall on that final day and believe.
Quite a tricky bunker shot here for Kylie Walker. Just about level with the front of the green. The green's 31 long, so quite a long bunker shot, and she has got to go over that ridge.
It's Walker preparing to play her 4th shot on this par 5 18th. Up and down from here, and I suspect she'll be delighted to walk off with a par.
Oh, great shot.
She's judged that to perfection. Made that shot look very easy.
Giving herself a chance.
Definitely would have taken that one from the tee after the reload. Provisional ball. Finding it in the rocks, having to take the drop. There's Amy Bolden here, chipping for an eagle 3.
Yeah, can Bolden do a Connie Chen? Oh, that's not far away, is it? Oh.
Just needed to hit it a little harder. She'll have that to tap in to get to -9 alongside Connie Chen.
Yeah, looks like they will be the joint leaders going into the final round. Balaklava with a long putt, but a long eagle putt, so
been a really tough day for Maria. This would be a great way to finish. As you can see there, her caddy's just walking the other side of that ridge. She has to be very wary of not going to the right here, as the ball can very easily travel back down towards the front of the green. So keeping this one left of the pin is essential.
yeah, a couple of doubles on the card today for Balaklava, 6 over for her, and she has had 1 birdie on the 13th, but not the sort of day you're looking for as overnight leader.
Needs to get going. Great judgment of pace.
Yeah, very nice from the Russian. Should finish with birdie. That'll push her up to 2 under par.
So after all the dramas of the 18th hole, Kylie Walker will have this effort here for a par. Be a great result for her on this hole. Quite a tricky putt though. See Amy Bolden's ball there, marks with a red Welsh dragon, very patriotic.
Proud, those Welsh, aren't they? Walker for par. It's a shame. It's a real
She
shame.
expected that one to break off the left, and it just didn't. You could see there, though, she barely hit that putt. Very quick. It's gone a couple of feet past.
At the very least, that'll push Walker back to 7 under. But needs to take care with the short bogey putt.
Especially late in the day. All the players have been walking around the hole. Could be spike marks.
Nicely done. Round of 71 for Kylie Walker. But all eyes on Amy Bolden. This to join Connie Chen in the share of the lead. A birdie on the last. And another round of 69 for Bolden. 69 on Thursday, another on Friday, and another on Saturday. That's a pretty solid golf, isn't it?
It's incredibly solid golf. And final group today, obviously, and she'll be the final group out tomorrow. Final round. Knowing Amy, she won't. She can't wait to get out there.
Yeah, very good day for her. Not so for the Balaklava camp, but nice for the Russian to finish with a birdie. But it's set to be an interesting final day here in Tenerife. Largely because there's a fair amount of inexperience at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah.
That will be the big question on Sunday, is how the likes of Connie Chen, Bolden, Herban, Brock Larson deal with the situation as Amy Bolden heads to the scoring tent.
Yeah, of those top four, you'd probably say Amy has the most experience of the four.
So the dust settling on the third round. And it's Connie Chen and Amy Bolden in a share of the lead, 9 under par going into the final round. Urban one back on 8 under. Good day for Brock Larson too. Of course, the 65 was the round of the day from Urban. We heard from her earlier on, but 66 from Brock Larson pushed her to 7 under alongside Sigander. 200 round of 70 for her. Kylie Walker, bit of a disappointing end for her. Would have hoped to, at the very least, finish on 8 under with a par, and perhaps better on that par 5 18th. Bit of a disappointing end to her day. Charlie Hull with a 71. That's left her 6 under par in 7th. Christine Wolff, the Austrian, 69 for her, 3 under round of 69. That's another good day for the Austrian, the young Austrian. Not too much experience on the Ladies European Tour. She's up there again, looking good for a top 10 finish. 5 under par and then in tie for 9th. Good round from Beth Allen as well, the American, with a 68, which has pushed her to 4 under par. Started the day level for the tournament. Trish Johnson, so only 5 off the lead. You never know. Stranger things have happened. Fresh from winning the Ladies Scottish Open, of course, at Archerfield. Trish back in the winner's circle, but Connie Chen and Amy Bolden, those were the stars of Saturday, moving day here at the Spanish Open, and we've got, what, 7 or 8 minutes of our broadcast left, so it just allows us to rewind the clock to the start of the third round and enjoy some of the highlights of Amy Bolden's round. Certainly one of the young talents on the Ladies European Tour, Charlie. Coming to expect this kind of golf from Amy these days, aren't we?
Absolutely, yeah. It's no surprise to see her at the top of the leaderboard. That one there actually nearly pitched in the hole. But as the weeks go by, you just expect to see her name at the top now, which is an incredible thing to say about a rookie.
Yeah, second in the rookie standings. Sally Watson still leading the way in the rookie standings, but Amy Bolden not far behind, and it's looking like she'll probably leapfrog Watson at the end of this week.
Great display of her short game skills today. So good around the greens and with the wedges in her hand. She was solid with the putter as well.
Yeah, really caught fire through the back nine, holes 12, 13 and 14. Bogeyed 16, the par 3 16th, but bounced back in style. A couple of good shots. And that was her third on the 18th, par 5 18th. And she tapped in for birdie, and that completed a round of 69, a third successive round of 69. We talk a little bit about consistency, trying to be consistent throughout the week. You can't be too much more consistent than that. Consecutive rounds of 69, and once Amy was finished in the scoring tent, she joined Edgar Morse in the interview area.
Amy, that was great stuff from you out there today. 3 consecutive rounds of 69. What are your thoughts about today?
Yeah, I played solid again. I got off to a bit of a rocky start, but I managed to hold some good testers on the first few holes to keep me in there. But yeah, hoping for the same again tomorrow, a bit lower.
You really kicked on the back nine.
Yeah, I had a good back nine. I just got to a bit of a roll and made 3 birdies in a row, which gave a lot of momentum.
There was much less wind today. How differently was the course playing?
Yeah, it was playing a bit different. There was still a bit of wind out there, but the heat was making it very warm and sweaty.
You've been in contention a few times this season. It's been quite a rookie season for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, I've been putting myself into contention most of the tournaments now in the last few. So yeah, just hoping the wins around the corner really.
You've got a couple of players not many shots behind, Charlie Hull, Carlos Saganda. It's going to be fun tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure who I'm going to be drawn with yet, so I haven't really seen the leaderboard. But yeah, it's going to be a fun day and I'm looking forward to it.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Looks pretty relaxed about life, doesn't she, Amy Bolden? And of course, the other star of today was Connie Chen, rounds of 68 on Thursday, 468 on day one, then a round of 70 on Friday. And it was a little bit up and down from Connie Chen today, but ultimately spectacular. We'll come on to that chip in on 18. Started strongly with a birdie, always nice to start well, isn't it? Just settles the nerves and sends you on your way.
Yeah, and this hit on the third is a great wedge shot. Judged the distance perfectly.
So a couple of birdies inside the first 3 holes. In goes the putt. Solid start. She really came from nowhere yesterday. It was Balaklava who was at the top of the leaderboard, and then late in the day on Friday was flying. Bit of a wobble on 10 and 12, bogeys there, but responded superbly. Birdie on 15, and then what about this on 18? In for eagle, and that gave her the outright lead at the time before Amy Bolden birdied the last to join her on 9 under. We've got a few moments left. Let's enjoy the highlights of Kylie Walker now, the Scot, 2-time winner on the Ladies European Tour, of course. The par 5 first has been pretty tough this week, but again, like Chen, started strongly. A couple of bogeys on 4 and 5, but like Chen, bounced back well, and that's always important.
Yeah, Kylie did very well to rescue her round when it perhaps looked like getting away from her. We spoke about it earlier, she's just filled with confidence.
Yeah, and I think a sense of belonging. She doesn't look around to the company around her on the leaderboard and think, crikey, what am I doing here these days? Believes she belongs there these days, isn't fazed by it.
She was very much in control of her golf swing today. Hit some fantastic shots.
A little bit unlucky on this occasion. Trundled back down the green. Round of 67 on Thursday, 71 on Friday. Got into all sorts of bother on the 18th, but bogey not too bad in the circumstances, was it?
No, after the provisional ball off the tee, it looked like maybe 7 or 8, so 6 not too bad.
And one of the other rounds of the day came from a French woman, another player in the final group tomorrow, Céline Urban. Bit of a tough start to her week, round of 73 on Thursday, but a 2 under 70 yesterday. That was for eagle on 11. Bogeyed the first, so another player to bounce back well. Birdies on 4, 6 and 8, and then went on a tear just after the turn. Birdies on 10, 11 and 12. And also birdied the 15th. That's where she finished on the par 5 18th. Playing as one of the easier par 5s on this Adeje course this week. Had this for eagle. And tapped in for birdie for a fabulous round of 65. So we will certainly keep an eye on Céline Urban tomorrow. If I asked you to choose who might walk away from Adeje with the trophy in the hand luggage, Charlie Douglas, who would you go for right now?
My gut says Amy Bolden.
Okay.
I do think we'll see a charge from Charlie Hull tomorrow, though, and I do think it will go right down to the wire.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting that we've got the likes of Carlota Ciganda and Charlie Hull on the leaderboard, not too far away. Ciganda back on 7 under, a couple off the lead. She'll have the home support, of course, desperately wants to win in Spain. And, of course, Charlie Hull, a Solheim team member. Only 3 off the lead. She's won already this season, knows what it's all about. The big question is, what will Chen, Bolden, Urban and Brock Larson do tomorrow? None of those guys have won a Ladies European Tour title, and they've all put themselves in a wonderful position to strike on Sunday. Time to say goodbye from Tenerife after a very enjoyable and eventful afternoon on the Ladies European Tour. Hope we'll have your company tomorrow, Sunday, for the final day here at the 2014 Spanish Open. From me, Lee Goodall, Charlie Douglas alongside me, it's adios from Adeje.